Before I start this review copy of Eternights for PC was provided to me by the developer Studio Psy for review purposes. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to review this game. So, Eternights on PC embarks players on a familiar yet compelling journey, blending classic dungeon crawler elements with innovative Persona-like gameplay mechanics. While it doesn't entirely reinvent the wheel, it adeptly refines existing concepts, creating an engaging experience for fans of the genre. It is worth noting that this game was developed by one developer, and what he has created here is nothing less than amazing. At its core, it's referred to as a dating sim RPG dungeon crawler, but in all honesty, I've seen nothing here that I've not seen in a typical Persona game. It never pushes the boundaries of a typical dating sim, and as such, it's well within the accessibility of everyone's purview and expectations of what this game should be. With that said, I want to welcome you to my review of Eternights.
Let's just keep going.
The Persona-inspired gameplay mechanics breathe fresh air into the game, especially with the character bond system. Building relationships with various characters to unlock their skill trees adds depth and strategy to the gameplay. The nuances of these relationships, coupled with the ability to romance characters, except for your best friend Chani, who you can become really close best buddies with, it creates an immersive social dynamic within the game. The simplicity of the skill tree system ensures accessibility, making it easy for players to customize their playstyle effectively. You start the game meeting up with a girl you met on the map, only for the world to turn upside down. Typical, right? As you make your way to the bunker for safekeeping, you eventually realize you need to leave the bunker and see what's going on out there. Here is where you meet Yuna, the first companion you'll meet, and from here on out you can start building your bond with her, and I would recommend you do so as she is your primary healer. It is not long before you encounter your first grueling death within the group as you escape and make your way to the train, which is where you set your base of operations. Before you get there, you are stopped by someone who chops off your arm in a bid to stop you. As you pass out, and surprise surprise, the dating app girl is a sentient being who is also voiced by the amazing Brianna Knickerbocker. If you don't know who she is, she does the voice acting for Hu Tao in Genshin Impact and Yolan for Tower of Fantasy. Really great voice actor. She is here and in need of your help to save the world. This is where the game really begins and your dungeon crawling journey truly sets off. The plot isn't groundbreaking, but as you get deeper and the bonds grow stronger, the cast themselves do an amazing job in carrying the immersion, with each having their own story to tell should you want to spend the time and listen.
Broke in here and stole the stone. The stone is the source of...
The narrative, while treading the well-worn path of the chosen one saving the world, manages to inject moments of emotional resonance, largely due to the relationships you foster throughout the game. The male protagonist's camaraderie with his best friend Chani adds a unique layer of depth, with its light humour even if the plot is somewhat predictable. The light humour at times can get somewhat awkward with the interactions they find themselves in, with you having the option to play it cool, like, okay, it's done, you can kind of get off now, to you completely going on the offensive, and as you would expect in a game like this, every response matters. Every interaction builds your social stats, which in turn assists you in not only raising your bond with the companions, but depending on who you would like to get close to, it's paramount to level up the right stat. For example, with Yuna, if you want to get close to her, you need to focus on the expression stat, so the higher you level this stat, the greater your bond gets with Yuna. It's a very simple system, but one that ultimately pays off in dividends, and it doesn't overcomplicate things like many other games do. It's just a fairly simple basic system that just works and it delivers. Couldn't really ask for anything else from a game like this, from a dungeon style crawler, especially from a game that's made by one person. Eternights boasts a visually appealing art style, bringing the game world to life with vibrant visuals. While the graphics and art style are good, they don't push boundaries. These games never will do. It's not designed to do that. It's more about the actual overall world, feel. At the end of the day, it's a dungeon crawler. The music, while not groundbreaking, complements the gameplay adequately, enhancing the overall atmosphere. It might not be unforgettable, but it does the job of immersing players in the game world effectively. The character art styles, be it the 3D models or the 2D models, are actually well done, well designed. Some of the scenes you see sometimes can appear a little weird, especially with their shocked expression, but that comes with the territory. It works with the game, and for an indie game, I really can't complain.
I don't really like other people doing my...
The inclusion of minigames adds variety to the gameplay, not only serving as enjoyable distractions, but also providing you with the skill points you need to upgrade your companions. Every night you get the option to scavenge as well, which has one of your companions asking you for a specific item that will be in one of 3 locations. I really do suggest you look up a list or use the one in the description below, as wasting a night out searching on one of these locations and not finding the item means a loss in valuable skill points. Of course, before you interact with these companions, you can actually save, and if it's not there, you can reload the save and go to the next location. So you do have that option. But if you don't want to kind of waste that time, then you can just look at the list, find where it is, and then go searching in that location, because losing these valuable skill points is absolutely something you do not want to do. You also get to spend time with the companions. This helps increase your bond level with them, but these will start off with you just talking to them, to actually going out and helping them just blow off some steam in another dungeon crawl area that actually can provide you with skill points and other benefits. By increasing the level, you get to unlock more universal stats like attack, defense, HP increase, or even valuable traits like skill power decrease, which basically means that you consume less skill power when you actually use certain abilities like healing, as the only way to really fill your mana is to rest back at HQ, and this will predominantly waste a day as you're doing this. If you're familiar with Persona, you'll understand that you basically have a set number of days before you have to go and fight the big, bad guy. And this game is no different. It follows the exact same trope. There are other ways to refill your mana through unlockable skills, but they're only replenishing 3 to 5% of your mana each time you do a complete combo chain. And as you're playing, you'll realize that at times this just isn't enough. But obviously you have the option to return home through the fast travel system that is available in the game, because the game actually has each section kind of split into segments, and with each area segment you have a fast travel option there where it allows you to just go back to the train or back to earlier areas in case you want to explore them again, or just continue on with the story. But it never refills your stuff. You have to go back to the train and rest in order to get everything refilled up. While they may not be groundbreaking, they fulfill their purpose, providing players with occasional breaks from the main story and dungeon crawling segments, and it is a good way obviously to just make yourself stronger. Now, to sum up my experience, I had a really good time with this game. I really enjoyed it, and the ending was impactful. It paid off. It was just... It really made you just take a step back and really question what you want to do, how you want to proceed, because it was, let's just say it was interesting. I don't want to give any spoilers, because I really would like you to go out and try this game. It is available on Steam, Epic Game Store, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Unfortunately not available on Xbox, but for those of you that do have a PC, this game is not demanding to play. And if you are using a high-end graphics card, I highly recommend you lock the frame rates to 60. I have contacted the developer to tell them to provide a 120 option as well, but you can hit upwards of 800 FPS on the actual 3090 Ti, which can potentially cause you problems which you don't want, so make sure it's locked. It is locked by default. But I really had a good time with this game. I really enjoyed it. I didn't think I'd enjoy it as much as I did. I do like my Persona games, but considering I went into this with the mindset that it's one developer, it's an indie, how good could it possibly be? Despite the simplicity of the game, it really hit every note I was looking for. It was just a all-complete, really good game. It's roughly about 10 to 15 hours long, so it doesn't overstay its welcome, which is really, really good. And, it's definitely worth you checking out. I mean, The game successfully incorporates well-known elements from beloved game franchises, creating a satisfying experience for fans of dungeon crawlers and social simulation games. Even though the social simulation side might be on the really weaker side, that's fine with me, because this is what I was looking for, was a dungeon crawler game. The Persona-like bond system combined with the ability to romance characters and a well-executed skill tree system adds depth to the gameplay. While the story may not break new ground, the relationships you form add emotional weight to your quest, making it a memorable journey. With its engaging gameplay, diverse character interactions, and a blend of traditional and innovative mechanics, Eternights for me earns a well-deserved 8 out of 10 rating, delivering an enjoyable experience for players seeking a mix of nostalgia, replayability, as you can then, on your multiple playthroughs, go back and try and focus on bonds with other characters, and though not fresh ideas within the RPG genre, it delivers what you want within the package that you get. Again, for me, this is a really good game if you are into dungeon crawlers and don't mind a little bit of super light, social dating sim aspects to the game, and I do mean super light. You really do owe it to yourself to check this game out, give it a try. There is a free demo on Steam. I'm not sure if it's available on PlayStation, but there is a free demo on Steam, which is where I actually played it first, and I was very interested in it after the demo and reached out to the actual developers to actually see if I could get a review copy. The demo progress, they say, does transfer over to your main game. Now, when I tried this out, I actually played it on my Steam Deck, and when I played it on my PC, it didn't sync very well, so I didn't get to keep my save data, but it's only the first half an hour that you get to play anyway, the first segment, up to the point where I was explaining the story in the game anyway, so you don't really miss out on much. I recommend you check it out, and I think you'll like, if you like dungeon crawlers, this is definitely going to be a game you do not want to miss. Like I said, 10-15 hours, quick in, quick out, and yeah, I went there. That's it. Let me know what you think. I hope you've enjoyed this review. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Studio Side for the opportunity, and thank you to all of you who made this opportunity come true, and hopefully we can review more games in the coming weeks. That's it. Remain legend.
What's so funny? Tell me. I'd love to hear it.
Guys, remember the picture I took? I think it could. What's going on?
Why do you all look like clowns?